This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are here at All the Comfort of Home. Since 2008, they have been Colorado's home care professionals. I am here with the marketing director, Roseanne, as well as the CEO, owner, operator, Todd. I appreciate you all meeting with us today. Let's start off first of all, Todd. What got you involved in this line of industry?
Well, I've been working with seniors and elderly my whole life, really. Had some experiences with my grandparents, one who had hospice care in our home, the other who had kind of a not so good experience with another agency about 6 years ago. That really helped define some of my choices in college. I got a minor in gerontology, became a social worker, just been working with seniors for a long time.
There's one thing we can all count on, and that is change. Obviously, one of the changes a lot of us will experience is aging. Many times folks are seeking out an industry like this. Why now more than ever before?
Well, certainly most of us are familiar with the graying of the population, the aging of our society, and a lot of people, especially here in the United States, we have this independence. We want to stay at home, want to be as independent as long as we can. So we kind of become extenders to help them accomplish that.
As an elder, basically the thought of having to leave our home is really not our idea of aging gracefully. Is that what you're finding out there as well?
Yeah, folks really do want to stay at home, and they want to be able to continue to live their life the way they have always lived it.
Absolutely. Let's touch on some of the challenges out there that folks are experiencing. I mean, what we really in our youth take for granted. Let's start off first of all with meals, just preparation of meals and planning. Are you able to help there?
Absolutely. Meal preparation is one of the most common things that people ask for. The adult children who may be in the city or out of state want to know that their parents are having a nutritious meal at least daily. So we can help with a morning routine and prepare a meal. We can help with the tuck-in, come in, do dinner, and then a tuck-in service. There are a lot of options, but that healthy nutrition, obviously, a good meal is a good start.
Another thing that folks are facing out there is just a simple task of bathing. Many times they're not able to fully bathe themselves or possibly just need some help. Are you able to help as well?
Yeah, absolutely. When families call and are inquiring about our services, I always be sure to ask them, how is their loved one doing getting in and out of the shower? Most falls happen at home, and most of those that do happen in the bathroom, and it can be such a dangerous place. So we want to be able to help people before they have the fall and prevent them from having to go down a path they don't want to.
Obviously, another challenge they have is possibly memory, our memories, and that's even as we grow older, we see that as far as losing our keys. Many times it's more critical, though, if maybe they miss a medication. Basically helping them, reminding them for medications, is that something as well?
Medication reminders is another key component. We can do the meal prep, we can do the medication reminder by helping them follow the doctor's orders, manage that chronic condition or other medical problem, helps them maintain their independence.
Well, and obviously that is your goal, to help them maintain their independence, basically enjoy life all the more. One of those things, obviously, as they grow older, they probably want their house kept up as well. Light housekeeping, is that something that is in your services?
Yeah, absolutely. As people are getting older and have various impairments, just those day-to-day tasks become harder to do. So we want to help those folks with those things, such as sweeping the floors, keeping the kitchen counters clean, so that their home is a pleasant place for them to stay in.
And the goal is wanting to keep them active, enjoying their life. Many times, though, a lot of that activity takes place out of the home. What about errand running or even possibly transportation if so needed?
Certainly, transportation comes up pretty frequently, especially if the family lives out of state. So we can help with transportation to and from doctor appointments, pick up the prescriptions at the pharmacy, do a grocery store run, those kinds of things.
I know a lot of the things that we've spoke of here are a lot of needs that honestly we all need, and we take for granted that we're able to do so easily. One of the wants, though, that I would think a lot of the elderly love is the fact of just companionship. Quite honestly, just somebody, knowing somebody's going to show up and possibly talk to.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because usually when we're first engaged with a new client, companionship isn't one of the highest priorities, but very quickly it's that companionship, it's that relationship. In fact, that caregiver compatibility is one of the things that we guarantee. Our clients have to be comfortable with our caregiver, and that companionship, engaging them in reminiscence activities or just the whole socialization.
Obviously, it's a very customized, personal approach that you all take here. Let's say, for instance, somebody has some special needs, possibly Alzheimer's, maybe dementia. Is that something that as well that you have with your providers.
Yes, absolutely. Everything we do is customized and individual to their particular needs. So if we're working with someone who does have dementia, then we're going to make sure that we have a caregiver that's experienced with that. We're going to do different techniques for maybe personal care than we would for someone who doesn't need dementia but has other health conditions.
We have some viewers out there possibly that are watching right now. They'd love to know how to begin. Explain to us a little bit what happens in the in-home assessment.
The in-home assessment is a no-obligation assessment. It's just complimentary. So we can come to the home. We'll ask some questions about their health, medical history, that type of thing. And then we'll zero in on their cognitive functioning, their personal care needs, and their fall risk. So we have a very comprehensive assessment.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a good idea of what these folks are all about. They've got a lot of people working in the background that basically keeps this moving forward and very successful. They have been Colorado's home care professionals since 2008. And keep in mind, you can contact them right there for that free in-home assessment as well. Obviously, long-term care for the aging is something you specialize in. What about folks out there that have had an illness and they're basically trying to get back on their feet, that type of thing?
Sure. We have kind of a rehabilitation service where we support the rehabilitation team. There may be other nurses or physical therapists that they're working with. We come in and support that, help that recovery continue. A lot of times some of the therapists and other providers will come and they're kind of limited by the Medicare reimbursement, whereas we can come in and do some of those other things that maybe the insurance or Medicare reimbursement doesn't cover.
Obviously, like we said, it's a custom approach you take. So are these providers able to provide on an hourly basis, a live-in basis, and even around the clock?
Yes, and that's also part of the assessment and initial conversation that we're having with families is what kind of care do they want? We talk with families about what schedule is best, if they need help during daytime or overnight, and then we can also provide live-in care as well.
Obviously, Todd, like you said, compatibility as far as companionship isn't on the top of their list when they possibly come in. But quite honestly, these folks are coming in their homes. They now become their family. Share with me some of their capabilities and what they're able to provide.
We have wonderful caregivers. They can do anything from personal care, like bathing, toileting, dressing and grooming, companionship care, which includes the reminiscence and kind of engaging them in conversation or playing games. It can involve light housework and meal preparation. But we have wonderful caregivers who really, they're in this industry because of the labor of love. They're wonderful men and women who, primarily women, who are involved in taking care of our elders and just really love what they do.
It's a lot of folks, they love keeping the parents at home there, as well as the parents love staying at home. It's the safest environment for them. What kind of background checks and what takes place on these caregivers?
We do a very comprehensive background check because largely our caregivers are working one-on-one in the home, and we do provide supervision, but we don't see them on a day-to-day basis. So it really starts from before they even interview. We make sure that they have caregiving experience. Then once they interview with us, we do a 5-point background check, check their references, and also test their skills to make sure that they are good caregivers and that they really do know what they're doing.
Todd, we have viewers out there possibly who are thinking about wanting to contact you, maybe find out about your in-home assessment. What would you tell these folks?
The most important thing is that at All the Comfort of Home, we're industry professionals, and we can come and lift the burden off their shoulders so that they have a caregiver that meets their needs and really helps them maintain their independence and their well-being at home. We're kind and we're professional, and we can lift the burden off their shoulders.
Folks, to help you navigate out there as well, making sure you lead an active life, making sure your parents are well taken care of. Look at the bottom of the screen there, you can see their website. The website has all the information. They have some great resources, some great links there they can help you with as well. And keep in mind that is kindness, compassion, professionalism, and reliability. That's what you're going to find here at All the Comfort of Home. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.